think we can slowly start. I don't know whether people at the coffee machine here, but if you feel like coming in. Oh, what a silence. Okay, then we would, okay, let's wait for the people who are still coming in. So, good morning, everyone. Friends, partners from Hungary and abroad. I'm very happy to see many familiar faces and unfamiliar ones too. And a very warm welcome to the conference towards an EU civil society strategy, What Next? Organized by my foundation, Ökotárs, and co-organized by the Hungarian Civil Liberties Union. My name is Veronika Móra, and I'm the director of Ökotárs, the Hungarian Environmental Partnership Foundation. As you all know, probably, Hungarian civil society has been operating under increasing pressure for the last 10 or so years. And in these circumstances, we have been increasingly looking towards the EU, the European Union, to provide a kind of safety net for civil society and help defend civil space as such. And this is why around 2018, Ökotárs first came up with the need and a proposal for creating a European civil society strategy. Because what we've seen is that this safety net that the EU could and should provide was quite leaking. EU response to democratic backsliding was reactive and ad hoc and lacked a strategic, comprehensive approach. So we started together with our partners from around Europe, advocating for a more improved protection of civic space and an expanded enabling environment civil society. And maybe it's not conceited to say that over the past years, this demand for a European civil society strategy became mainstream, in the sense that it was picked up by not only the major European civil society umbrellas, but also by members of the European Parliament, the European Economic and Social Committee, and similar organizations. In the meantime, in the EU institutions, several important policy papers and policy dossiers have been launched that have a relevance to civic space and civil society, but also contrary trends could be observed, new initiatives that could be potentially harmful for civic space. To name a few, the rule of law cycle, the charter reports and their follow-up, draft directives on SLOPs, strategic litigation against public participation, the European Cross-Border Association, and similar initiatives. In June 2022 in Budapest, and then in October 2023 in Brussels, we have organized similar events in the framework of a Reclaim Our Civic Space project, together with a number of partners from Central Europe, both with the purpose to review the state of play, evaluate the development, and talk about next steps. This event could be seen as a continuation of these previous ones, because we thought that after the EU elections this year, and with the start of the new institutional cycle, the new Commission and the new Parliament, it is timely to have another look at where we stand and what could come for the next 5 years in terms of protecting and expanding civic space and creating an enabling environment for civil society organizations. But also, this half year, Hungary holds the presidency of the Council of the European Union. This was also a good, let's say, pretext or an occasion for Hungarian civil society to come together, and the Civilisation Coalition and the Association of Great Lakes and Wetlands together launched the Civil EU Presidency initiative. This is composed of a series of events organized by various civil society organizations on a range of topics not represented on the official Council presidency agenda, but which we consider important and burning issues. And one of them is civic space. This event is, I think, the 6th in the row of events taking place under this joint umbrella of the Civil EU Presidency, which is organized under the motto of solidarity, democracy, and green transition. I do hope that together today we will have fruitful discussions and it will bring us closer together in a joint action for better civic space across the European Union and in Hungary. So with that, I would like to wish ourselves a good conference today. I hope you will enjoy. A few words about the program. Our agenda today is composed of, let's say, 4 main parts. In the first session, together with experts from various European civil society networks and umbrellas, we will look at the state of play of the different policy initiatives and dossiers and how civil society sees them at this point and what could be expected. There will be short presentations and then a discussion. After that, we will have a coffee break. And we will have reactions, or we will listen to the point of view of the, let's say, official side. That is the European Commission and the Fundamental Rights Agency. So 2 presentations with a Q&A following. This is until the lunch break. After the lunch break, we will go more into interactive. And we will have small group sessions organized around 4 themes, around the 4 tables, where you will have a chance to discuss together with your partners, with people, discuss about the different initiatives and how we could, what should we do and how we could better work together. We will come back to the details later. As you received, we would like to, as the outcome of this event, we would like to adopt a policy paper aimed at the European Commission. And these small groups will also be the occasion to discuss this paper, whether you agree with the content, whether you miss anything, or whether you would like to add something. And finally, in the last session, we would give over the floor to our friends from Poland, because from January, Poland will hold the presidency. And I know that Polish civil society is already preparing for that. And we will hear what is to be expected in Poland and how they will take over the baton from us. So that's basically for today. I wish us a good conference. And before we launch into the first session, a couple of household logistic information. Around in several places, you see QR codes. If you scan them, it will lead to an online folder, which includes all the conference materials, the agenda, the draft policy paper, the presentations, etc. Because we wanted to make it as a paperless conference. If you need wireless, there is another QR code, which is on blue background. That's the local wireless. Coffee breaks and the lunch will be just out here. And also the bathrooms are also that way on the corridor. You will see signs. And one last important point is that in order to get in, you got these key cards. Please do not forget to submit them to the reception when you leave the event in the afternoon. Until that, you will need them if you want to get in or out of the building. So with that, I would like to launch into the conference. And I would ask the participants of the first panel to come up to the stage.